5 red lights. The lights will drop. We wait for the delay. Who will get the best of starts? And it's a really good start from the Ferrari of Dougie Falcons. He's trying to find a way through. Iceman has really dropped down the order, so very struggling with those cold tires. And now Patrick looking around the outside of Calcifer through turn 3. Calcifer squeezes, but Patrick stays. And there's contact between the two. Calcifer runs wide, and Calcifer gets completely mugged. Safety car out on the opening lap, Jacob. Here we go then, bit of a lockup. I think that was from Patrick up ahead, but Vallu has it checked out. He's already got over a 7/10 gap to the Mercedes driver, and Patrick coming under pressure from Dougie Falcons. If these two battle, Vallu will be over a second ahead by the time the DRS is enabled. No overtakes coming through in the background. EJ, and there's Paris Burrell looking for the move on Max, and he'll just slide past on the entry into Brooklyn. They're going to hold side by side for a little bit of contact, but Paris has got the job done. Through as Max and Josh, I think, going a bit side by side. That's a dive and a half from Weiss. I think that was fair. I think that was perfectly done, actually, from Weiss. He was alongside at the apex of the corner. They're going side by side. More contact between the two of them, and Cheggy Bread just watching this unfold as the two drivers side by side now on the Wellington straight, and Cheggy Bread's going to have a little look as down the inside goes Rainbow, and he holds on to P17. About 2.5 seconds behind Dougie. Paris makes contact with the back of AJ. He didn't want to overtake. I know he didn't want to overtake because he wants to get DRS on the Wellington straight, so I think AJ just braking a little bit earlier than what Paris expected. Hopefully for Paris, there's no front wing damage, but here we go, DRS, and Paris will make it look easy.
That front wing looks just about intact to me. It could be green damage, but through maggots and Beckett's. And I said about a lap ago, these softs looked like they were falling off. And maybe, I was about to say they were proving me wrong, but maybe they're proving me right as Maverick completely cuts Chapel, has to abort the corner entirely. And now Josh will be taking advantage.
Alpha will be getting DRS from the guys ahead.
It's Kenners. Kenners is off. On the side, there's a Renault cutting across. That's Weiss Racing. Kenners lost it through Chapel, and now he's at the very back of the order. Here are the two Haas drivers, but Wizard is not an actual teammate. He's just a reserve driver, and Iceman will not be getting free service from his stand-in teammate right here as the battle continues down into Vale, and it looks like Iceman might just have got that move done.
Oh,
and
look at the drive for Rainbow.
For Rainbow as well, who can just drive clean past the stand-in there. Wizard falling down the order right now, sinking without a trace on his 8-lap-old medium tires. And these mediums really aren't doing a great job in comparison to the hards. You were right about that.
Yep, and that's Weiss looking down the inside. That's another dive bomb, but that not as clean as the previous one. And down the inside goes their check win. And that's Wizard getting absolutely mugged. Beautifully done by Cheggy Bread, and Weiss. He's got to try to come back. Racing Point versus Renault down into Brooklyn's corner. Around the outside goes Weiss.
Weiss making the position in the end, getting it back from Cheggy Bread, but those mediums just aren't working for him right now. Here comes Calcifer on the back of A2 UK. A2 also on older mediums. The fresher hards come through again as Calcifer makes the move on one, and he might make it 2 in one corner here, as on the exit of Stowe, he's alongside his teammate, and he's passed him into Vale. Lovely move.
He's right on the tail of A2. Can he throw it down the inside? Yes, he can. Down into Village. Bit of contact, and Rainbow sent flying to the right. Rainbow will be absolutely furious with that, because I think A2 just lost the back end slightly and just veered into the Mercedes as Weiss are going down the inside of Iceman. Both these drivers on exactly the same tires, exactly the same age tires as well. Iceman holds it round the outside, down the inside into Luffield, and I think he's got the job done.
Maybe not, as Weiss is battling back around the outside. He's got the better run, he's got the better traction, and he will have the better line into Cops as well. Iceman will surely have to get out of it, and he does just about, but on the exit, he gets it better. So now, through Maggots and Beckett's, where I said it's not an overtaking opportunity, an overtake has been performed by the Haas of Iceman. And now he looks like he's going to lose out to Calcifer as well. So those softies pushed them 1 lap too long, and they're absolutely falling off a cliff right now. There's action in the background, as that, I think, I'm not sure who that was actually, and there's contact, and Maverick is out. He's lost the wheel, 3 wheels on the wagon. He's retired, he's left, he is out of here, and the safety car is back.
And, okay, so for all of your top 8, they're on medium tires. Mediums that they have started the race on. They're going to have to put on a fresh set of hards to get to the end.
And both racing points have bolted. They built a second already to Dougie Falcons, but they're going to have to be reeled in here. And look at the traction difference he's been able to get. He's already all over the back of Cheggy Bread. Luppy might be able to escape for now, but he's got his teammate as a rear gunner. How long can Cheggy delay while Luppy tries to run away out at the front? Because it's not going to be very long if he gets mugged into turn 3 by Dougie Falcons, and it looks like that's exactly what has happened. Dougie listened to what I was saying about having to get past Chegwin as soon as possible, and he makes the move.
Who's at full after the race, but Calsford now looking for the outside of Max into Cop's corner. He'll make the sensible decision and slot in behind, but Vallu and Paris, they're flying. They've already got past Rainbows. Here comes Calsford down the inside into Maggots, tries to run it side by side. Again, is forced to back out of it.
And here is Dougie Falcons for the lead. It's a wave by in the end. Luppy not able to battle back at all.
Also keep an eye out on Paris Burrow because he is flying. He's on the back of Vallu, and this is the first time Paris has been in such a good position, hasn't made a strategy error, and he goes down the inside, Jacob.
That is surprising to say the least, and it's definitely caught Vallu off guard. The move was clean, and he's made it work as he now goes up into third. Will he be able to get Luppy as well immediately before turn 5? It looks like it's
wide.
3 wide. The McLaren's been sent almost spinning around. That's a masterclass of car control, but his tires will be through the roof in terms of temperature now.
And he can just get the job nicely done. Luppy on the grass. Thankfully, doesn't spin across the front of Paris. And actually, here comes Josh as well.
Yeah, we're going to see Patrick Sipos, and Paris. There's Josh trying to get past Luppy as well. Paris has been able to hold the position to Patrick, who has quite a lot of time penalties at this stage of the race, I do believe. Luppy still trying to battle with these guys, even though he's at such a disadvantage in terms of the tires. He's going for a switchback, would you believe, on the Red Bull up ahead.
2, maybe 3 positions. So let Vallu through and then sit behind and save up your own ERS.
He's not going to have a choice here, sorry, because here comes Vallu. Dougie made a mistake on the exit of the last part of Maggots and Beckett's just before Chapel, and as a result, he didn't have a good run through Chapel. Dougie, without DRS, he's going to be a sitting duck for Paris right now, and Paris proving that as he goes up the inside of his compatriot there in the McLaren, up into second. 1.5 seconds to Vallu. We said he looked like he might be the fastest guy on track when they were in the train of 4 cars. He needs to prove that he is right now to have any hope of closing down Vallu to the end.
Yeah, and on that last lap, Vallu used everything as here comes Patrick. He looks on the inside. He switches to the outside through Abbey, nose to tail between Ferrari and Mercedes.
Dougie is starting to struggle here now. Around the outside goes Sipos Patrick. There it is, the inside for 4. That's where you get the advantage. And he has made the move for now. Dougie will have got better traction on the exit unless he's made a mistake, and he has not. So it's not all said and done just yet. Dougie Falcons thinks about the move, forces the Mercedes to go defensive into Brooklands. But it is Vallu out at the front. He was challenged by Dougie Falcons, but he takes the win regardless. 1.7 seconds back to Paris Burrell. And then Patrick Sipos comes across the line in third, but he loses out both to Dougie Falcons and then to Josh because of his 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Here comes Calcifer across the line. He might lose out to Iceman, who has finally dispatched Cheggy Bread on the last lap of the race. Iceman comes across the line and is rewarded for his cleanliness. Up into 6th goes the Haas driver. Calcifer only losing out the 1 position there as Racebug, also by not taking too many penalties, up into the top 10. Elon Tusk as well. Great result for both of those drivers. AJ A2UK 10th, 11th. Chegwin, after such a stellar performance on those hard tyres, does fall a significant way down the order due to the penalties, but could get some of those removed. Max 13th, Wizard 14th on his debut here in Premier X, Luppy 15th after the decision to stay out on the medium tyres went awry. And now we have Rainbow and Kenners left to finish off this race.